Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the eISL powered by Coca-Cola with Hero as our associate sponsor, Novin Gaming as our esports partner, PlayStation as our platform partner, and Terra Virtua as our digital collectibles partner. Joining me today is, of course, Azim as we get ready for an amazing matchup here to come for that top 4 battle.
Yep, it's an absolute blockbuster. Get your snacks ready. I've got my chai with me, so I'm ready to go. It's a nice tea time fixture, but let's quickly dig through the tournament format before we dig into it. Of course, if you're just joining in, this is the eISL and we are in the league stages. Big battle for those top 4 places because, of course, the top 4 teams do qualify for the finals to be played on the 19th and 20th of March. And, of course, the top 2 team members will battle it out to represent India in FGS 2022.
Yeah, a lot on the line for these players to try and be that representative from India. But besides that FGS slot, of course, there is a ton of money on the line, a huge prize pool available for these players to try and get a chunk of. So taking a look at that, you can see 15 lakhs up for grabs for that first place, and coming down towards an MVP slot as well with a personalized NFT, courtesy, of course, of Terra Virtua. So I think what we're really excited to see is who ends up being in the top 4 amongst the teams we're watching today, because surely if a team is able to get the victory over another, we're going to be seeing NorthEast United and Goa. If either of them are actually able to pick up the win, surely they kick the other out of the race.
Yeah, it's still, I think FC Goa still have a shot of being there depending on how other results go, because they do have to play Mumbai City FC as well, and we'll get a clearer picture of that once we have a look at the leaderboard. Which is very, very interesting right now. It is 4th against 5th. Of course, FC Goa have that one game in hand, and I think a win for FC Goa would just about see them through, you would have to say, because they would be on 32 points, and I think one more point, even I think after that, one more win should do the trick for them. So Bengaluru FC, we did hear from them. They are rooting for NorthEast United FC. NorthEast United FC themselves have said, no pressure on us. We're the underdogs. The pressure is on FC Goa. So the mind games have started, and it's going to be really, really interesting. I'm really torn because I really am fond of both these sets of boys. They're very, very nice set of lads, very young and very enthusiastic about their interviews and stuff as well. So let's see who's going to be facing up against who now.
Yeah, that is going to be the exciting factor here. The individual matchups coming in. It's going to be, again, Afnan facing off against Mufu and V Sharma going up against Imad. And I'd like to talk about Afnan for a second, because I feel like yesterday he was quite disappointed with the showing. We saw him immediately getting up and going away after the matchup. And given, again, one of the youngest players in the eISL tournament so far, given his growth throughout the tournament, I can understand the disappointment. He's looking to be in that top 4, top 8 players mark, and hopefully he's able to translate that into an astounding performance today. We'll have to see if it's actually able to happen.
Yeah, and you can see both these teams just so closely matched. Nothing really to choose between them apart from maybe that one match one going in the favor of FC Goa. Of course, FC Goa have played one match less, so that could be the deciding factor. If they manage to get the win over here, it would give them, let's say, 1 foot into the door of the top 4. And the last time out, it was NorthEast United FC who surprisingly managed to get the win in the co-op, where FC Goa have generally been so strong. It was 2 draws up top, very, very high scoring, entertaining games, and then finally NorthEast United FC getting the win in game 3, and I would expect it to be just as close going down to the wire today as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm glad we get to see a mix-up in the matches in that sense as well, with Afnan, I believe, taking on Mufu, and then Imad being taken on by V Sharma. So I'll have to see. I mean, again, something that has changed for us is that Afnan has been stepping up to the mark. At the start of the eISL, it was usually V Sharma picking up the individual wins, and then together FC Goa finishing it off in the co-op. But since then, Afnan has really grown into himself as a player and has stepped up to that mark. But the mind games played by the one we see on the screen right now, Mufu, we'll see if that end up affecting Afnan at all, if the pressure that Mufu was mentioning actually causes an effect on the gameplay of Afnan.
Yeah, well, we're about to find out. We have kicked off and we're ready to go. FC Goa in their home jersey in orange, kicking from left to right, and now Northeast United FC going from right to left in their away white kit. This is it, folks. This is what it all boils down to. It's going to be heartbreak for one team or potentially both teams, depending on how this fixture goes. Because for Northeast United FC, a win actually opens the door just a little bit to Bengaluru FC for them to potentially overthrow them. Because even if Northeast United FC win, it's not entirely in their hands, and they have to hope for Bengaluru FC to drop some points against potentially Mumbai City FC. So we'll be waiting and watching to see how that develops. But now Mufu on the ball early on, looking to just get a feel for possession. I wouldn't expect a particularly high-scoring game between both of these players because generally they've not been particularly high-scoring players. And Kevin De Bruyne's shot, is that going to loop in? No, it's going to go out for a corner.
Donnarumma is quite a tall figure, so if that ended up going in despite that, that would be an extremely sus moment overall. But definitely we could see the intention there from the Northeast United FC boys. Mufu trying to pull one in with Kevin De Bruyne. No workout, and now it is Afnan back with the ball. Though Ronaldo versus Messi, it is a long-standing debate. Though I think one thing that you can't debate is the physicality of Ronaldo compared to Messi, and is that physicality getting him the ball over there?
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if we're going to see Mufu trying one of those long-range shots again. We saw him attempt one very early. Goes with Messi, and oh my goodness! For a moment, I thought that was creeping in, and even Afnan just having a little bit of a look at the camera, almost to say, okay, that was close.
Yeah, extremely close right there, and just as you said it, he went for it. So I think we can expect this to be a theme across this matchup, because I don't think Afnan is one to shy away from those long-range shots either. But right now, just setting up a piercing long ball into the box, and perhaps a millisecond too long in deciding whether he wanted to take the shot or not. Just a foot in the way and off his own feet, which will mean it is now just a goal kick, and Northeast United FC get to build up their attack once again.
Yeah, Northeast United FC now going down that left flank, or potentially could have gone down the left flank. We'll switch it now to the right to Mbappe. There is the ball available to Messi, which he spots, and it opened up and he went behind. Still goes now with Ronaldinho, the Marseille Roulette not quite working out. And it's that split-second decision-making. Sometimes you feel that you need to do that additional trick, but by the time you realize that the gap has opened up for you, the animation in the game is already queued, and then you're just stuck with the decision that you made early on. And that's really the case for Mufu over there. But encouraging signs, and now opens up for Kante. Could have gone running straight through there, but probably not confident enough in the shooting ability that the Chelsea midfielder offers. A good switch out this time to Cancelo. The fullback's getting very nice and high, but again, Afnan is in there to make that block, and he's really getting in Mufu's face, not allowing him those crosses and those shots. But this time, the shot is there, but saved by Donnarumma, and Afnan is really against the ropes early on. He'll be hoping to try and turn the tide of this game.
Yeah, Mufu is certainly turning the screws around with Marquinhos going for the shot right here, but will not be able to get it to land. Still able to keep the ball, but not for long. It's Marquinhos on the other side who gets it back and gets some sort of breath really back into Afnan, with now him controlling the ball and him leading the charge on the attack. But boy, oh boy, Mufu, he's getting this game started off in a brilliant manner, setting up some threatening looking chances, but chances are all they have been so far, and all it takes is one moment for either player to really set that pressure up and take that initial lead. I think especially given the way these players play, it's likely to be a low scoring affair, and therefore that first goal so damn important.
Very, very crucial. And now we see Afnan. He's scored with Messi from that position a couple of times in his last 3 or 4 games, and I'm sure we're going to see him attempt at least one of those shots, potentially maybe from a corner kick routine. But he's worked this well to CR7, and again, it looked like time seemed to just slow down over there. It almost looked like he'd stopped playing, like it was an offside or something, but no, it was just waiting for the defender to make the move, and make the move the defender did to win the ball back for Mufu. So Mufu definitely knocking on the door and creating a lot of problems for Afnan, but Afnan himself trying to get Mufu to be a little bit uncomfortable. But great switches of play. I think a great deal of steel and determination being showed by Mufu over here, and I wouldn't be surprised if he manages to find that first goal.
Yeah, most certainly. I think given the run of play, it would suit Afnan in finding that first goal. But we know FIFA, she's a cruel mistress. It can certainly go either way. A sucker punch might just happen if a chance is missed. And, ooh, again, both of these players on the edge of the box, they're trying their very hardest to win those 1v1s. But so far, it has been the defensive side that has come up clutch. This time for Afnan, getting that ball back for him and now setting himself up on the attack. All it's going to take is one 1v1 battle going in the favor of the attacker to get a huge boost of momentum for that particular team. And we'll have to wait and watch to see who the attacker is in that situation, who's able to find that 1v1 success.
Afnan now on the ball, and this first half is absolutely flown past, and I think Afnan is trying to be a little bit too cautious, particularly with his passing. There is a lot of opportunity. This time not cautious at all. Takes the shot. Oh, brilliantly worked by Afnan over there. I thought he could have taken the shot with the Hullet instead, but doing the smart thing. Su goes CR7, and a potential Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there as Afnan manages to get that lead just before halftime.
Exactly, Afnan. Again, that first goal is so crucial. And Afnan, the fact that he's able to get it in the bag, it's going to mean so much to him personally as well as to his team, now FC Goa, who are in the lead. A reminder to all our folks, this is a battle for that top 4. FC Goa currently in that 4th spot, and NorthEast United FC in that 5th spot. Both of the teams looking to secure it in the back, but it looks like Afnan might make it 2 for 2 right here with this move. Just barely gives it away.
Yeah, and Ronaldinho with consummate flair just puts that ball out for the halftime whistle to blow. And V Sharma, happy with how his teammate is doing. He really had to survive a few early scares from Mufu over there. But, well, fortune favors the brave. He really rode out his luck. And I do wonder in this instance over here, if it was anyone other than Marquinhos, would that ball have flown into the back of the net? But Afnan there towards the end of the half, just sort of putting this move together, the lovely movement, the lovely run from Hullet. I thought maybe Ronaldo might have been offside over there, but he played that to perfection. And even V Sharma surprised he didn't go for the shot, went for the pass instead, but turned out to be absolutely the right call.
Yeah, most certainly. And again, it's going to be all about holding on now for dear life. Clearly, high pressure moments for both of these players as well as both of these teams. Afnan, right now, just getting himself hydrated, getting them palms dry and nice. Just you don't want them sweaty in these moments, and make sure that he's able to hold on to this lead. But I have to say, throughout the first half, it was Mufu looking a lot more threatening. It was Mufu able to create a lot more chances. So if he's able to just add a little bit more of a clinical touch to those chances, if he's able to actually secure a goal, I think the most likely result we might end up seeing is actually a draw in these individuals. And it would make sense considering what happened in the last time these teams met. Both of the individuals did end up being a draw, so they're very well matched.
Yeah, and well, for Mufu, I think he had a couple of big chances, but then what Afnan has done very well is just he's denied him the ball. He's just kept hold of that possession in midfield a lot, and then waited for the moments to come. But of course, if you're looking for some great moments this evening after the eISL is done, you can of course catch Kerala Blasters FC in action up against Mumbai City FC live on the Star Sports Network, Disney Hotstar, and of course Geo TV. But getting back to the action here, was a quick opening for Afnan over there, not able to take it. Mufu closing things down, and well, still plenty of time for Mufu to come back. He's generally done better in games when he takes the lead early himself, but now has to go chasing the game, and he is the kind of player who occasionally can get a bit impatient with his passing, and you know, the further it goes down the line with the score at 1-0, the more impatient he will start to get.
Yeah, most certainly. I think at this point for both of these teams, that patience factor, it is crucial, Azim, and we can really see the stakes, the way they've lined up. I mean, as neutral observers for us, we get to see it all from a third-party perspective, but for these players, they're in it to win it. They're in it, feeling every single step along the way, and right now, NorthEast United FC feeling that pressure, trying to get one back, and unfortunately, that cross a little too acute ends up in the hands of the defenders and suddenly opens up the potential of a counter-attack for FC Goa. Messi running down that right wing, looking for an opportunity, but a second too long does mean that the defenders are back into the box.
And corner now for Afnan to do something with. I think, yes, he is queuing up that shot. No, he isn't anymore. Or maybe he is. He is queuing up the shot but gets it horribly wrong. But Donnarumma still forced into the save. Keeper slightly misjudging that. Well, he's used that trick once. I don't think Mufu will allow him to do it again. And yeah, the header in this time, but Ronaldo gets it hopelessly wide. And it is a goal kick, but taken a little too quickly, maybe over there, but just about gets away with it, putting his defenders under pressure from Afnan, who has been pressing very, very effectively, not allowed Mufu a lot of space to build. Mufu has largely had to rely on those long balls over the top because of the high line that Afnan is playing. And was a good run made over there by Ronaldinho. Mufu elected not to pick it out and now loses the ball in midfield. This is the kind of the mistakes that he really has to avoid. Now with Pele in there, sort of takes Ruben Diaz out of the game, and the defender struggling to get back into position. He is now, and this is good from Afnan. He's just holding on to the ball, making Mufu come chase it, and almost turning away from the defender over there. And now Mufu will look to get on that counter attack.
Exactly, Mufu looking to do exactly that. Has spread the ball away to that left wing. It's again the attacking fullbacks with Cancelo going forward, goes for the chop back and tries to get the ball into the box, but a key deflection got the ball barely away from a sprinting Ronaldinho. And unfortunately, just like that, a pause cued in synchronized fashion as both of the players, they are feeling the pressure, really tuning up. Oh, suddenly change. I've never seen that happen. Okay.
I think a bit of mind games over there, saying, okay, if you're going to make changes, then I won't make changes. That's fine. Like, it's just Afnan saying, no, I didn't want to make changes, but hang on, may not need to make changes over here as Pele and CR7 get into each other's way. And Afnan not best pleased about that. 75-minute mark here now. And Mufu again, having taken on that first game, generally, I don't know, somehow, if my memory serves me right, Mufu has tended to do better when he takes on that second game. When he takes on the pressure matches, when he's tended to do the better job. But now, with Ronaldinho, his trusted Ronaldinho, he gets past one, gets past two, turns away. Can he get past three? Yes, he can, but he can't get the shot away. It's cleared straight on. And could he have got that shot away earlier, CA?
Yeah, I think he could have, but it was a very fleeting opportunity. So it needed to be purely instinct, and that's easier said than done. But still, he's got a little bit of time to try and make it happen. He's looked threatening throughout this match. It would be a very disappointing note for him to not be able to score right here. And it would also mean that that pressure factor that he was talking about will most certainly build up, at least for his teammate Imad, going into that second matchup against V Sharma. Because right now, Afnan, he's looking to make it lights out GG.
Oh, no.
But a heavy touch from Pele, of all players, Afnan is sure to be cursing his luck.
Yeah, Afnan, you could see him there saying, no, Michael, no, that was so not right. Well, not Michael, but no, Pele, no. In any case, Mufu trying to counter-attack, but it didn't work out for him at all over there. And Afnan, now you can see the amount of gaps in midfield appearing. Mufu has had that pause queued for what seems like 3 years now, and still not able to get his tactical changes made. Pele now looking back, Hullet on Hullet action over there, but a great assist made by... Oh my goodness, and it's a chip saved. It's all happening over here, and now Mufu can't make his changes. He has to keep going, not allowed to keep going. Just trying to win that ball back desperately. You know he wants to make that pause and get the constant pressure on. And again, he cannot get that ball away. He will win it back now. Needs to make it count. This is it. Last chance saloon for Mufu over here to try and salvage a draw. Can he do it? Mbappe going. Goes for the lofted pass when... Yes, he's found Hakimi. He's almost found Messi over there. And Afnan sees it out. Gets the big win. And a huge sigh of relief.
You can see Afnan, he's not happy with the way it ended up being. V Sharma certainly being like, I think we got a little lucky right there. But I don't think either of them is going to care, because at the end of the day, the result is what matters. And the result goes in favor of Afnan and FC Goa, putting V Sharma into a very comfortable position. All he needs to do is find a draw or a win right here. But you can see, I think across the table being said, man, I'm sorry, bad luck for Mufu right there.
Yeah, for sure. I think Mufu really needed to capitalize early on in the
Yeah.
game. He had the big chances early on. Really took Afnan completely by surprise and couldn't quite make it count with those early chances. I think the keeper as well pulling out a couple of big saves over there. But it is what it is. It's good news for FC Goa fans. Afnan has managed to get that win, and it's been a typical scoreline for him. He's generally specialized in 1-0s, 1-alls, 2-1s at the most on occasion. We have seen a couple of 4-3s for him as well, but generally a guy who has managed to remain solid and a great goal, very very well constructed goal over here to get the lead, and definitely well deserved. It'll be interesting to see what the game match stats are in terms of expected goals, because I would expect that to be very very close as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think for both of these players, it also bodes well for the co-op coming up for us as neutral spectators, because again, we're expecting this matchup to be extremely close. We're expecting this matchup to go down to the wire. So in the next matchup, if Imad is able to pick up the win, really make that co-op count. I'm sure Mufu will be back hunting for vengeance. But right now, Northeast United FC, they're under a ton of pressure, especially because they're the ones with an extra game played over FC Goa. They're the ones below FC Goa. So a loss in this series will most likely mean GGWP for that top four, especially with Bengaluru right there breathing down their necks.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much the last roll of the dice for Northeast United FC, because this is the big game. This is the one that they have to make count. I think the other game that they have left to play is against Kerala Blasters, if I'm not wrong. So it's a huge game for them, and of course, having dropped points yesterday against ATKMB could potentially prove to be a very very pivotal result for them. But well, it is what it is. They have to move on with it and move on to the next game. And we do have Afnan here waiting to have a chat with us, and we'll head straight over. Afnan, congrats! Another very very stressful game for you. We could see the relief on your face at the end. Talk us through it. How was that game for you?
It was very intense. Like I could literally feel the intensity. Like Vansh was was very also very nervous, and at the end stages of the league, like this is our 18th game, Northeast 19th game. So it was supposed to be intense, and it was turned out to be that way. But a 50-50 game, in my opinion, Mufu had his chances. He could not take them. I had a chance, and I took it. I think that made the difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That just one chance, we were talking about it as well, how important it was to be clinical. But I do want to ask you, like you said, it's getting very intense because it's the last one or two matches. So what is it like in the hotel while you get ready for the match in the mornings? What is the feeling like when you're eating the breakfast? Are you just thinking about only the match?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I wake up, like I just start thinking about a match. Like my friends to tell me always, like don't think, don't stress a lot. Just go and chill, have fun, and you'll just play your game and you'll win. So like obviously the environment there is very intense right now.
Yeah, of course, and of course, with Bengaluru FC dropping points today, you will be looking forward to getting those 3 points and sort of. I think you would be one win away in that case, but we won't jinx it for you. All the best for
Yeah, yeah.
the rest of the matches, and all the best to Vanchaj as well for his game.
Thank you, guys.
There you have it. It's Afnan. You could see the visible relief on
Yeah.
his face the moment that final whistle went. I mean, he had chances to score more, but eventually, 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, or even 7 goals, like Tikka, the result and what you get out of the game is actually the same.
I mean, especially considering the way it went yesterday for him, right? Where he had chance after chance after chance, but Van der Sar just refused to let him in. And you could see the relief in him just being like, I had my chances, I took one, and that's enough for me. Maybe next time around he'll be like, I should have scored more. But right now, his mind clearly focused on getting the win because it's that win that matters.
Yeah, and you could see, I think the little scarring trauma from yesterday is probably the reason why he didn't take the shot with Hullet and elected to go for that square pass to Ronaldo to tap it into an empty net, because he was like, if I take a shot, the keeper's just going to save it again. It's Hullet, it's the weak foot. Who knows what's going to happen? But eventually made the right decision. You got to feel for Mufu. He really pressed Afnan hard, wanted to make those tactical changes, but the ball didn't go out for 30 minutes, which is just unheard of. But it is what it is, and now it's over to Imad to come up clutch. He's been the guy who's turned up in the big games a lot of times for Northeast United FC. I'm sure he has this Rubik's cube with him, and he's fiddling with it furiously in the studio. And we'll be waiting to see what he can do.
Yeah, most certainly. It's all hopes of all the Northeast United FC fans right now relying on Imad to try and get the win right here, because a win will open up the opportunity to them to go into the co-op with everything on the line, and an opportunity to get vengeance as well, redemption for Mufu, really. But it's easier said than done against a seasoned opponent like V Sharma. He's been in tougher situations before and managed to pull out the win. Now, in a relatively simple situation, even if he gets the draw, it will be a very comfortable spot for his team going into the co-op, because then it guarantees them that 1 point. It guarantees that they stay above Northeast United FC and stay in that spot. But if he's actually able to get the win right here, it will mean that they get the 3 points and almost effectively just stave off two teams at once, Northeast United and Bengaluru. Because we heard earlier today, Bengaluru, they want Northeast United to win. They want Goa to drop down a notch.
Yeah, and interesting to see what kind of tactics are being discussed over there. I did, through some bit of lip reading here, Mufu Singh force him to do something. So I'm not quite sure what it was. Was it force him to press you, force him to play long? Let's see what it is. But Imad, of course, one of the highest scorers in the league, was quite close to the top of the MVP charts for a while. But over the last 2 or 3 games, that form has sort of gone away from him, and the goal scoring, the free flowing Imad that we saw scoring 6 goals against Saranj Jain, not quite there anymore. But enough time today for him to put all of that to bed and come back all guns blazing. You can see it's very nervy, very stressful for these players. All of them so young, just about 19, 20, all of them put into these high pressure situations with so many thousands of people watching them at the same time, representing the biggest football clubs in India. So it's not just another land tournament. This is the eISL. It's as big as it gets, and we have kicked off. Here we go. It is V Sharma. I'm sure he's going to be sticking with just his regular 4-1-2-1-2 formation. That's what he's been most comfortable with since the start. He did try to go to a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1, but he just wasn't scoring goals with that formation. And now he's reverted to what works best for him. And I'm sure Imad's going to be going with his A game as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just going to be standard stuff from both of these players, which is why, again, that first goal also crucial. That initial boost of momentum, putting the pressure on your opponent is so critical for both of them to try and secure, of course, a win for FC Goa, or an opportunity for Northeast United FC going into that co-op. Right now, though, just standard stuff starting across. We're not seeing any radical changes in composition or players itself, as like we expected, the players are sticking to what they know best, sticking to their most comfort. But a pause immediately cued for V Sharma, maybe noticing something that he necessarily does not like and wants to make that change happen already.
I think the one thing that I could notice right from the off is that V Sharma's defense is a lot deeper than I would expect it to be. Maybe because he recalls watching Imad go up against Saranj, who plays a very, very high line, and he just repeatedly just spammed those long balls over the top and just kept scoring goal after goal. And after taking a 2-3 goal lead, forcing Saranj to come out and play, he was just able to keep picking him off. And now, looking like a good confident start from Imad, just like we saw from Mufu, trying to bulldoze his way through Marquinhos and Kante, easier said than done. And now, V Sharma is a player who, we were talking to Ashwin about this, about how, you sort of need to keep evolving with the meta and doing new and different things. Like we see Ashwin now crossing the ball. We've not really seen that from V Sharma since the title update. I mean, he's still playing his own way, and yes, it has been effective on a fair amount of occasions, but sometimes I think when it's not going your way, maybe you just need to mix it up, play that long ball, take that long shot, do something that the opponent is not expecting you to do. And maybe we need to see just a little bit more of that, particularly today from Vanshaj, if he's to get the result that he wants.
Most definitely. I think for most players, it is also a fear of if they stray away from their style and end up actually it ends up backfiring on them, they're always going to wonder what if I'd stuck to that. But the same could be said vice versa. If you're not able to get the results sticking to your style, then the what if always becomes what if you'd made that extra cross, what if you'd gone for that extra shot. And it's all about really keeping a balance of both, I think, to make sure there is minimal what ifs in your gameplay, and therefore you're able to be satisfied with the performance you're able to put up. But talking about being satisfied, again, I don't think Imad will be particularly satisfied with the way the matchups went yesterday. It was intensely close for him as well, but he was just not able to get what he wanted from it, and the same for NorthEast United FC. So he's going to be looking for redemption here against V Sharma, and it will really count if he's able to get that early goal, get that early win. But for a second, it was V Sharma who was threatening it. Instead, now on the counter for him.
Yeah, and he looks for that long ball in behind. He does almost find Mbappe, but the ball is given to him by Vanchaj and manages to get away with that. Still, the ball will come, and now it's about the instincts for Imad. Goes for the shot, pulled out of that top corner by Van der Sar, and that's an early shot in anger. Well, not early, it's been 30 minutes of in-game time, but the first shot in anger from Imad over there, looking to get that. Of course, for NorthEast United FC, the draw doesn't really do much for them. They need to get all 3 points if they want to keep their top 4 hopes alive. And we do see Imad winning that ball back well. I think he's going to look for that long ball whenever it is possible, because V Sharma's defense still sitting actually quite deep. So I think that is as a contingency for those long balls over the top, and he has managed to cut the one or two that Imad has tried so far. And there we go again. This time not over the top, but along the ground, played in behind the defense. And I do think we're going to see Imad trying a few more of those long range shots because of how deep FC Goa's defense is.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if that little bit of adaptation can come through for these players, so that they can find the necessary value in this matchup itself, because we saw this even in the last match, right? It was threatening and from both of the players in terms of the playmaking, but it was really Afnan's clinical nature that helped him pick up the win. And the same, I think, was heard from him in the interview itself, that 50-50 matches is what it was, and it seems to be right here too. But V Sharma looking to set one up, as Eusebio in the box, and slams it into the bottom corner, is able to get one, and you can see he's really pumped up. Like, rarely do we get to see a reaction from V Sharma, but this time the reaction there is, because this is how much that match means to him.
Oh, absolutely. Big moment, big goal, and of course a great time to score it just as we're winding towards halftime. And now again, Afnan coming in with a few of those tips, saying, okay, this is what you need to do. This is what we're going to do. And it's very interesting, that dynamic, how Afnan earlier was just that quiet boy who just listened. It was always V Sharma who was trying to give him all the tips and the tricks. But now it's Afnan giving the advice, and V Sharma listening to it as well, and agreeing to it and taking it on board. And yeah, big moment. And now it's down to Imad. Can he at least grab that equalizer here to deny FC Goa rather than get NorthEast United FC the result that they need?
That's the big question, because even in the first matchup, it was Afnan able to pick up that early, that initial goal. Not early necessarily, but it was just that initial goal that put the nail in the coffin. And it will most likely be just that again, once again here, unless Imad is able to pull off something special, unless Imad is able to show up with drive and courage really that he needs for himself and his team right now. But I think what is really important for V Sharma to remember, as well as Imad to remember, is V Sharma is not the kind of player who makes those uncharacteristic mistakes. He's not the kind of player who easily steps up and gives away the lead, you know. He's usually been the player who has had to finish off or pull back the series for his team, and more often than not, he's able to do it. So it looks like he might just do it once again, especially if he gets a second goal right here.
There you go. That's it. That is the goal, and that might just be the goal that sees off NorthEast United FC's challenge for the top 4. Big moment over there, and also that tactical change which saw V Sharma actually go to a 4-2-3-1. I think immediately after the goal, as we did see yesterday, just going to abandoning the narrow formation, going 4-2-3-1, getting those wingers to sort of start tracking back. And at the stroke of halftime, it's not going the way of Imad. The headphones are dumped to the side. he's got work to do. It's not over, but it's going to require the comeback of a lifetime from the Northeast United FC boy.
Oh boy, yeah. Because like we talked about, if they lose this matchup right here, I don't think it's mathematically over, but it's a very low chance, I'd say, to get into that top four. It really relies on Goa just messing up every single matchup from here on onward, and I think Bengaluru also doing the same for them to get a miracle run through. But won't happen if they're not at least able to secure a draw here. And I think at this point, a draw is what they're going to be at least hoping for. Got one entire half left. 2 goals, I'd say it's not impossible to come back from. But you can see how pumped up V Sharma and Afnan are, how important this matchup to him. And in a regular matchup, I don't think V Sharma would let anyone come back from a 2-0 lead. In this kind of matchup, it makes it that much more harder.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just having a look at the table, if Northeast United FC do lose this game, then it is mathematically impossible for them to get into the top 4. And if they manage a draw, then they have to sort of hope that FC Goa lose. But Imad getting in, it's the goal immediately after halftime. Brilliant individual skill from Imad. Gets that goal immediately, and suddenly seeds of doubt being sown into the mind of V Sharma. Can he keep it there? Can he keep it strong? And can he see out 2-1? He's going to need another goal, I'm quite sure.
Yeah, because just as you said that, I myself taking a look at the leaderboard, if Goa do win this, they get themselves to 32 points. And therefore, it's impossible for Northeast United to reach that. I think maybe Imad had a look at that himself. Maybe he was told by Mufu, like, bro, we've got to at least get a single point right here. We cannot afford a loss. And we always see this in, of course, IRL football as well, where a goal right after halftime can really reinvigorate the entire team. You know, it can make them forget the first half. It can make them really start off on a brand new, fresh note and help them push back that much stronger while piling pressure on the players who have the lead. So right now, V Sharma, he's under a lot of pressure. Imad, with nothing to lose, his back's against the wall, trying to fight back strong. And you can see V Sharma, he's going to try to hold on for dear life and not make a single mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Imad getting himself going now. Just it looks like he's just finally woken up and playing that long ball in behind. V Sharma now, of course, playing a more defensive formation. So maybe there'll be less of an attacking threat. No, he's looking pretty good in attack over there as well with Pele. Wonder if V Sharma might think about the shot over here with Messi. Still just trying to keep that ball. And really, I mean, possession is king for FC Goa right now. If they keep the ball, they can just see it out. But of course, it's too early right now to start thinking about just ball retention and seeing the game out. And there you go. Oh, gives the ball away and gets it straight back from Imad. You can feel the nerves. You can feel the tension in the atmosphere over here. Both these players, they know exactly what's at stake. And immediately at 60 minutes, that pause has been cued. Just as it was for Mufu in that last game, but he didn't get to make his changes at all. So Imad will be hoping that he can, create a chance, force a corner, make his changes, and go from there. He needs to get 2 goals, really. One also, I mean, doesn't look like it would be enough for Northeast United FC's purposes.
The draw just makes it extremely unlikely. The win is really what they need, but right now substitutions are what Imad needs, and he's not even able to create a chance to try and make that happen. Denied in the box, and suddenly FC Goa on the counter attack. The substitution, it's not what you want off of a goal for FC Goa, so Imad is going to look to deny this right here. But for V Sharma right here, it's just a very simple game. Play for time, try to create a perfect opportunity, and therefore it works 2 ways. It's like cutting off 2 targets with 1 arrow, and while getting that perfect chance, also denying that substitution. But this time, Imad actually, I thought he did it on purpose right there, letting it go for a corner. But given his reaction, I'm not sure if it was.
Yeah, I think he would be better served actually to just defend that corner, because if it's a goal, it's a goal. Otherwise, he's going to manage to keep possession. But this was excellent work over there, and there you can see the calming hand of Afnan in V Sharma's camera saying, "It's okay, come on." And there you go, all the pressure, all the mind games played by Mufu, but the pressure now definitely on. I mean, this is not the look of 2 boys who are not playing under pressure. They are feeling the pressure for sure. And let's try to lip read. I think he's saying just go for broke. If you concede, you concede.
Yeah.
but you just have to go for it. I think there's no way out. And it is Hullet on for De Bruyne. It's Neymar on for Pele. It's Eusebio on for Ronaldo and Messi on. So both Ronaldo's taken off. It's Eusebio and Messi. And V Sharma now just trying to see this out, trying to just waste as much time as he can or as much as he can get away with early on. Now with Messi, he would love to just get that second goal and finish it off. I'm sure there's going to be a constant pressure instruction. Actually, it doesn't look like he's set constant pressure yet, has Imad. And I'm sure now if V Sharma keeps that ball, we will see another pause queued. And no, there you go. Marquinhos wins that ball. Now, every possession is crucial for Imad in this quest for that equalizing goal and maybe beyond, but not able to hold on to it. Just did not have the bodies in support, and Vanchaj now just holding on to it again, taking his time. And he's going to show absolutely no ambition, because this could be an absolute hammer blow, and not just for Northeast United FC but also for Bengaluru FC, because they were relying on Northeast United FC as well. And now could be lights out over here. This is a great opportunity, but not taken by V Sharma. Shake of the head over there, and again it's not working this time. Will it be? Yes, it is. It's job done. It's game over. FC Goa for sure now have the points in the bag. 3 points for them, surely, with 2 games played. And of course, Northeast United FC will now have to endure playing the co-op game as well, just for pride. They are definitely, as it stands, out of the top 4 reckoning. It's now just down between FC Goa and Bengaluru FC, and Bengaluru FC as well relying on a minor miracle. So FC Goa managing to come up clutch when it matters. V Sharma getting the job done, and unless there's an absolute miracle for Imad over here, you would think that FC Goa have the job done.
Most certainly. I think while this firecracker of a match looks like it might be over right here, we have got, of course, the footballing action not completing right here with in the Hero ISL, Mumbai City FC taking on Kerala Blasters later today. So I'm excited to see that happen. But right now, focusing back into this matchup, 3-1 lead for V Sharma, and yeah, at this point, no one's going to blame him for playing some of those time management tactics, playing guaranteed passes. But it doesn't look like he wants to slow down necessarily. None of those back passes, more focus on just getting the ball across the field and letting the luck of Imad just play out in itself, resulting in a corner right here for V Sharma. We're just going to play it slow again.
Yeah, I think that little flick over there summing up the last 2 days for Northeast United FC, and now I think the draw against ATKMB really coming back to bite them, because if they had got those 2 points yesterday, even with a loss here, they would still just about be in contention. And now V Sharma just seeing it out, still making it seem like he's trying to score a goal, but not actually. And Imad can try to get maybe a consolation goal, but I think Vanchaj has played this to perfection.
Yeah.
He's just managed this game from the word go. He got his goal early on, and hang on, could be a goal for Imad. Nope, just a little too desperate to try and get the shot in. Now Cancelo again, it's not done, and there you go, Imad. The head goes down, and he knows that the game is up. All the mind games, all the pressure, it's all over, and you can see finally the smile cracks on the FC Goa bench. They know they have 1 foot into the finals.
Yeah, and disappointment is twofold right here, not just for Northeast United FC, but also for the Bengaluru boys, as FC Goa seemingly starting to slip away and getting extremely close to guaranteeing their top 4 slot. V Sharma, as you said, brilliantly done in this matchup. And I mean, as a neutral observer, as much as I would like it to go down to game 3 every single time, I have to applaud a player's ability to be able to just stay calm and shut it down when his team needs the most. And that's exactly what Afnan and V Sharma did right here today, not letting it go down to the wire, finishing off this series in their individual matches. And now they just get to chill out really in their co-op and just look to get their mental back on point, look to really get the serenity and the peace going within each other and have a good time while they're at it.
Yeah, and also an opportunity to just improve that goal difference of theirs just a little bit if it does come out to it, because as things stand, there is a 7-point difference between FC Goa and Bengaluru FC. Of course, with Bengaluru FC having a game in hand. So that does mean that they basically, one more win for FC Goa does the job, but two draws out of the last two games might not do the job. So it's still, the door is just slightly ajar for Bengaluru FC. They'll be relying on a couple of favors, maybe from Mumbai City FC, who are actually playing both teams. So they could be the kingmakers as well.
Yeah, certainly. And it's going to come down to those matches for us to see who ends up being in that top four. The only guarantee I think we can give is that it is going to be damn close, and it is going to go down to that final matchup to see which team is actually able to pick up the win. Unless FC Goa just go on a blistering streak of form and just get win after win after win and mathematically guarantee themselves in that slot with these final few matches. It's not going to be easy. I think that's something we've seen even today. It was not an easy matchup for Afnan with a 1-0 win. It was not really easy for V Sharma either, even though the 3-1 lead most certainly makes it feel like it was. He had to work for every chance, he had to work for every opportunity, and he was absolutely clinical with the same, converting most of his chances into goals, getting this win for FC Goa.
Yeah. But just to add that little plot twist, of course, it is FC Goa's next match, by the way, is Mumbai City FC. Who they will play before Mumbai City FC play Bengaluru FC.
Oh.
So it's still not over yet. Bengaluru FC. And on the final day, it could come down to ATK MB who are playing FC Goa. So, well, don't pack your bags just yet, boys. There's still plenty of stuff for you to have an impact in the eISL. But yeah, it's getting so exciting right now. And of course, very exciting is the Terra Virtua, which is of course an entertainment-based metaverse platform where you can get your favorite NFT team posters, team player trading cards, all sorts of fun stuff. You can also score yourself a free NFT worth $19.99 completely for free. So go check it out right now.
Well, some amazing moments available, of course, in the Hero ISL that we get to see in every matchup, and Terra Virtua makes it possible for you to have mementos of the same. Amazing moments is what today's matchup was for FC Goa, as now with both of the individual matchups won, they have secured the 3 points in the bag, and crucial 3 points, Azim, now especially facing off against one of their immediate challengers in NorthEast United FC. Going into the co-op, this matchup is just a matter of pride, really, and that's why you can see looks of resignation on NorthEast United FC's players' faces.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had a good run. Listen, they were one of the teams that was in the running for the top four right from the off. But I think just that little bit of inconsistency really has cost them towards the middle of the season. It didn't just work out for them. And well, it's water on the bridge now. They're going to be hoping to just fight it out and try to get themselves that fifth place berth, the sort of the best of the rest tag, shall we say. And yeah, jokes and banter across the table as NorthEast United FC, the team that said that they weren't under any pressure, finally cracked under the pressure, and it was FC Goa who managed to hold their nerve.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think Mufu mentioned this very well yesterday as well, that FC Goa are the favourites because they have been on top of the leaderboard before in the eISL. For example, V Sharma, we know, is a very seasoned professional esports player. Even before coming into the eISL, had a lot of experience. So I think clearly that seasoned experience factor helping them out, but I 100% agree, Azim. I think NorthEast United FC made a brilliant show throughout the eISL, and I hope to see both of these individual players grow and evolve as a result of that, because I don't think this is going to be the end of their journey in this field necessarily. But right now, into the co-op, it is going to be NorthEast United FC on the attack. It is Mufu's Ronaldinho trying to make the moves, but I assume it wasn't him controlling it because he wasn't able to make it happen.
Yes, and now, of course, with nothing really on the line for Northeast United FC, I do wonder, will we see John Joe Shelby back on the pitch? That's the
Hey, let's
question
go.
that everybody is wondering in the chat. And if you are watching these matches in the chat, as Kevin De Bruyne takes a shot, but if you are watching these matches on either the Nodwin Gaming channel or the 442 channel, please do keep your comments and chats coming in, keep the engagement going. Always remember to smash a like on the streams, go follow the players on social media, let them know what you think of their skills as well. Don't send them messages saying, I also did this skill, let me show how to do it better than you. You can't.
Ooh.
But what a great ball that is over there. Are we going to see the chip? No, it's a brilliantly worked goal. And where was this when they needed it for Northeast United FC? A stunning goal to take the lead over here, playing for some pride, trying to go out with a bang. Of course, they only have one game left after this, and they're going to try to put on as much of a show as possible. There you have it. It's a very, very well worked goal, and let's remind our viewers that they did actually end up beating FC Goa in the co-op game last time out. So maybe a repeat of that, considering FC Goa will have considerably let their guard down now.
Yeah, 100%, right? I think even before when, let's say, FC Goa had not let their guard down, Northeast United FC were the better team on the co-op in their previous matchup. And we kind of saw this yesterday as well, a bit of inconsistency in their individual matches just for them to show up with a demolishing effort in their co-op. And I think that definitely bodes well for them, their ability to adapt to each other. But right now, FC Goa, they're not certainly going to let this match go without a fight, trying to make something happen, get Pele into the box, but a key interception will put Northeast United back into the attack. But a scuffed hit right there from Mbappe as he tried to get the run going, puts FC Goa back on the move, trying to get a goal back.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mbappe gets into the box over there, takes the shot, mistimed finish, and the ball will not drop for Eusebio over there. So desperately unlucky. And Northeast United FC now come back. There is a switch on if he can spot it to find Messi, but who was then immediately well marshaled by the defender over there. Taking the time and taking a bit too much time, you would have to say, Northeast United FC over there. Handing that ball straight over. Great through ball in behind. And now, Eusebio getting in. Will he manage to keep that in play? Nope, just one touch too far.
Yeah, quite unfortunate, I'd say, for that particular move. It looked like it might at least result in a corner, but nothing happens off of it. It's just a goal kick at the end of the day. And just like that, the play back on as Northeast United FC looked to build something up. Now, early goals have usually meant wins in this series so far. Afnan got that initial goal. V. Sharma got that initial goal. Both of them got their individual wins. This time in the co-op, it is Northeast United FC who get that initial goal, and they'll be looking to translate this into a win and just find some silver lining in this matchup and inherently in the eISL ending itself. Because yes, while qualifying for the top four may no longer be possible, I think ending it off in a good note will still bode well for them for their future.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, they've had a great run so far, and considering these are two guys who didn't know each other before before coming into the tournament, I think V. Sharma and Afnan, they've known each other for a while, particularly even guys like Varsi and Sagnik are very, very old friends. We did see Shubham and V. Sharma also talking about the fact that they actually tried to qualify for the same team together and it didn't quite work out. They're very, very close childhood friends, the two of them. And well, I'm sure over the last 4 months, even the guys who didn't know each other very well, I'm sure being in the same bubble in the hotel over the last 4 months or so, they're all good friends now, all one big family, lots of shared memories. And how about that? Could have been a great memory with Kevin De Bruyne on the left foot, but well, Donnarumma getting the job done and comes out a little bit. We have seen the people bringing the keeper out quite a lot, and I do wonder at times if some people would be tempted, like if Donnarumma is there, wouldn't you be tempted to just go directly for goal?
I definitely want to see someone go and try for that. Maybe we see FC Goa doing exactly that, but right now a nifty piece of skill is Mbappe leaves Cancelo just wondering what went wrong. But what went wrong might be the thought with that pass right there. It's actually not. Very well teed up for Ronaldinho. I thought that was a whiff, but it was actually a brilliantly done pass as Ronaldinho looked for that volley, but a chance was all it was.
Yeah, that was, Northeast United FC trying to go out in style, and that looked like it was Afnan on the ball trying to get Messi in for a shot. will get a second bite of the cherry now with De Bruyne.
that's good.
And that's a beautiful cutback and the goal equalizer for FC Goa. And Imad continues to complain at the universe in general. It's not quite been his day today, has it?
Yeah, it certainly hasn't. And I think for Northeast United FC, while the game might not bode well, I think they will be thinking back with fond memories across the entire tournament. Because as you mentioned, all these teams, these 11 teams, the 22 players, I'm sure they've developed a special relationship with each other, especially considering that this is the first of its kind, the first season of the eISL, and they are the representatives of the 11 teams in this tournament right now. So I think for them, it's what FIFA is at its very best at, in my opinion, when you play with your closest of friends, when you play with your family, and you've got that rivalry sort of going outside the game and inside the game, but it's a bit of a friendly rivalry. So while it is unfortunate for Northeast United FC, still a lot of good things to look back to, and hopefully they can make this one of those good things to look back to about how good they used to be in co-op together and secure this win right here.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be looking to secure it for sure. But at the moment, well, it is half time. It does look like, and fairly even first half. A great start, a very, very good goal scored by Northeast United FC, and going out with some nice, nice bits of skill and flair as well. But FC Goa continuing in the vein that they started this game, keeping it relatively solid and managing to claw their way back in. They didn't need to make any kind of comebacks in their individual games. And well, disappointment is there for everyone to see, despite scoring that goal. No real emotion from Imad over there, and you can understand why.
Yeah, just a standard fist bump, and not just. To be fair, exactly right. As you said, we can understand why he's feeling that way. The same on the other side for FC Goa. You can see that. Yes, while they're not necessarily as tense as they were in the individual matches, they still won the win, I think, because they're acknowledging how important it is for them to continue their run of form. You don't really want something random. Stopping by talking about something. You got Maru and Fellaini on the pitch.
Boy.
Let's go.
He's actually a very good card. He's a card that I've been looking forward to for a while. But there you go. The gag substitutions are on, and we are happy. It is Fellaini on the ball. Fellaini and Hullet. My God, what a fearsome midfield that is. Who wants to mess with them? Just elbows flying into everyone's face. That would be spectacular. But it is Fellaini. I think it's the rule breakers, Fellaini.
Yeah.
I mean, and I could not think of a more fitting player to be called a rule breaker, if I'm being very honest. But there you go. Oh, breaking the rules of physics. There is Donnarumma, and it's still not in. And oh my goodness, they're all having a good laugh about it now. They can afford to. I think they've all accepted their fates, and now Northeast United FC going in. And will we see one of those long crosses land on the head of Marouane Fellaini? I do wonder.
Yeah, I'm really curious, and it's especially funny because in the game, of course, he has his standard afro, but in his actual rule breakers card, there is none of that because I believe his current hairstyle is just like a buzz cut standard. So
Yeah.
it's even cooler that we get to see basically the OG version of Fellaini, the Fellaini we all know and love. But yeah, it's really nice seeing the Afro boys in action, though albeit quite different in their style with the long hair. Gullit is more of the wavy, jumpy, curly kind, whereas Fellaini seems to be more of a, how do I say this place? More of a tree kind of, yeah, a firm.
There you go. Like, I think Fellaini is more 70s. I think that's probably offside. Wouldn't matter anyway because the ball went to the keeper. And has he just given that ball to Zlatan Ibrahimovic for fun? What on earth are FC Goa doing over there? I mean, going for the
Keeper
chip ball in.
practice.
And yeah, I think they can afford to do it now. But had Imad won that last game and that happened, oh my goodness, there would have been. I think Afnan would have not waited for the game to finish. And it's Zlatan going for it, going for the top corner, but not quite happening.
That was like in Shaolin soccer when the keeper discovers his power and he's like throws the ball to them and he's like, come at me, let's go. And it saves every single one of those shots, and right here, exactly that. Edwin van der Sar able to do it and like, set it up for FC Goa to now once again go back on the move, trying to get their goal and really rub salt in the wounds of Northeast United FC while setting up clean sweep for themselves. And to be fair, while they have got the 3 points, a clean sweep would really bode well for them because the co-op games recently haven't looked so great for FC Goa as compared to what it looked like in the initial stages, where almost every single game they won was finished off in the co-op for them. So getting back that co-op momentum will still be important for them.
Ooh, we see the attempted rainbow flick there from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Not quite working out. Cancelo getting in there. Are they going to... Oh, look at the little backheel flicks from Fellaini. Trying to put that in again to Zlatan. It will fall to Messi. I think we might see a long-range shot coming in over here. Yes, we will. And bang! It goes into that top corner. Absolutely stunning shot over there. And when Messi gets onto that left foot in space, there's nothing really that you can do about it. Maybe a manual keeper move to just try to cover that far post is the only thing that you might be able to do. But it's really, really difficult.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to not just react in time, but also maybe even proactively anticipate it. And that's why you could see a smile on Mufu's face. I think at this point, he's living up to what he told us in the interview. You know, they are just going to give it their best, and whatever happens, happens. I think certainly that's what I appreciate the most, a positive mentality above all things. And seems like for Mufu, with this goal, it has certainly come through. 2-1 in the lead for Northeast United FC as they look to at least find a co-op win right here and end this match off with the silver line.
Absolutely, and for FC Goa, I've actually been looking further at the fixture list. And before FC Goa play Mumbai City FC, would you like to know who Bengaluru FC will be playing?
Not this one.
No, even better. SC is Bengal.
Oh no!
So they have that absolute horror run of fixtures, Bengaluru FC, to finish the thing, finish the season off. They're playing Mumbai City FC. They're playing SC is Bengal, and they are also scheduled to be playing, I believe, Hyderabad FC. So no easy rides, no free lunches for them. They're going to have to do it the hard way and hope that FC Goa drop points as well. But one of the matches that you can catch today on the Hero eISL in just about half an hour is, of course, Kerala Blasters FC versus Mumbai City FC, live on the Star Sports Network, Disney Plus, Hotstar, and GeoTV as well. And will we see a direct free kick here? It's KDB teeing it off for Eusebio, who takes the ball and runs. FC Goa, of course, trailing at the moment. I think we've lost track of what the scoreline even was because, I mean, it is a bit irrelevant at this point. We're just enjoying the football. Yeah. And, of course, when you have Fellaini sliding into tackles, who cares about the score even?
I know, right? Just so realistic. That Fellaini need to go for a random one-footed slide tackle of all things, not even proper two-footed one. So, still wins the ball. So, that is what is important. Maradona now running down the pitch. The short one looking for the long one in the box with Ibrahimovic lurking in there. And it is Ruben Diaz just bodying Maradona. Unfortunately, not able to use his speed or his agility against the towering presence that is Ruben Diaz.
I thought that seemed like a pretty easy cutback. You could see Fellaini trying to get himself sent off over there. That would be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Just to get Fellaini sent off in the most Fellaini manner possible. But there you have it. It's FC Goa now trying. They have 5 minutes left to try and clinch a draw or a win potentially. And now you can just see there's pretty much nobody defending for FC Goa. Everyone's out on attack. Everyone's having some fun. And it is Messi, Mbappe. There is a Pele up there as well. But Fellaini's backside gets in the way. A stunning ball played through. And now what are we going to see? It's Ibrahimovic on the volley. Would have loved to see him just take that onto the chest and give us a bicycle. That's all really we've been looking for. Yeah. And there it is. It's Fellaini in the box. Are we going to see the afro? Oh no, it's played out for a throw. So just Northeast United FC just setting us up here for this disappointment.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you have Fellaini in the box, why would you not go for the cross straight to him? There's Fellaini, there's Zlatan. I mean, with all due respect to CR7's team of the year card, who do you think is going to win that header?
Gullit as well. So you got a lot of options to try and make it happen. But at this point, the keeper is like, hey, let me play some football myself. Setting up a huge ball right now with Ibra winning that header for Ronaldinho. But Ronaldinho is slightly offside.
And will FC Goa grab that last gasp equalizer? I wonder. Everybody, I think Messi is offside. So there it is. It's 3 minutes of added time played, and Imad, you can see, still annoyed, still frustrated. There you go, the pat on the back. I think Mufu is actually not feeling any pressure, but I think Imad, he was the one who's really gonna take this a little hard. Particularly considering that he had the opportunity against V Sharma, came very close, particularly early on in the game, and pulled that game back to 2-1 as well. But eventually just went all out attack and inevitably got hit on that counter attack. But sometimes that's how life works. Northeast United FC will have to potentially settle for fifth place, or no, potentially even sixth place, because Bengaluru FC, depending on their results, might overtake them. Jamshedpur FC as well might have something to say about what's happening in that battle for the top 5 and 6. But yeah, fun game of co-op. Getting to see a few old friends in Fellaini and Maradona and of course Zlatan Ibrahimovic in there. And yeah, in the end, I think Northeast United FC deserved to get something out of this match, and the co-op win is exactly that.
Exactly, the co-op win coming through for Northeast United FC, and like you said, they most certainly do deserve something, because I think they played well in their individual matches. Not necessarily up to the peak of their performances, but that's what happens when you're feeling a lot of pressure inherently. You know, I think despite Mufu saying that they are not feeling a lot of pressure, I'm sure, or subconsciously at least, there is that lurking thought that, hey, we need to win this, we need to get this W to try and stay alive for that top 4 chance. And inherently that does affect your gameplay. It affects a part of your day, and that ends up becoming a cascading effect. And hey, it is what it is. Like you said, Northeast United FC, they had a great run throughout this tournament. And again, I do want to appreciate that Mufu is still able to keep a smile on his face despite all that. I really do like that positive mentality. It shows that he is willing to accept what happened and just keep persevering, keep improving, keep grinding.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, for Mufu as well, it's his first LAN event. So, I mean, for him, he's just at some level, for him, he's like just happy to be there and be in that discussion for the top 4. To come into your first tournament and to be so close to making it to the finals, I think is a pretty good achievement. But of course, for Imad, he's one of the top players in the Indian FIFA scene. He would have wanted to, get into those finals and really prove what he's got. Also, the opportunity to get into FGS would have been very tempting for him. But well, sometimes that's just how it goes. And there we go. The final scoreline: 1-0, crucial win. Afnan with that 1 goal against Mufu. V Sharma seeing it out and locking those points in game 2 with a 3-1 win, and a little consolation, although not much consolation for Imad from what we saw, at least with the co-op win for Northeast United FC. And the hero of the match, let's find out who this is. I suspect it will be a certain FC Goa player who used to have long hair. There we go, V Sharma with 4 goals, and I think probably thoroughly deserved.
Most certainly, 3 goals picked up, of course, in his individual game itself, and the solitary goal in the co-op score by him. I think he's going to be very happy that he's able to set up that performance to pick up the win. And I think more than him, even so, Afnan, because yesterday was quite a frustrating day for him, I think. So getting that win today against these crucial opponents who are your immediate challengers will just give him a ton of morale going into the rest of the matches that they have left in the league stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, what better time to find form? And we're seeing a lot of those top 4 contenders finding form. We saw SC's Bengal find their form today, Mumbai City FC finding form today, and FC Goa as well finding their form. Chennai and FC as well have a couple of games left to go, and they're going to be looking to get their A game on as well. Saransh slowly and steadily growing into the tournament as it progresses. But yeah, V Sharma over here, we see him getting those big goals up against Imad, and then the consolation goal, or at the time the equalizer in the co-op game. So good day for him all around. And also do wonder what our Terra Virtua super moment of the match is going to be. Let's find out.
I assume it's going to be one of the V Sharma goals. Yeah, and it certainly is the second goal for V Sharma. If I'm not mistaken, this was the 1-2, if I remember correctly. We'll have to take a look and see which one exactly it is.
Yeah, but of course this was the one that really put that nail in the coffin for Imad, right on the stroke of half time. Really demoralizing goal, and then of course just finding that ball in, volleying it, and you could see what it meant to him, and then immediately Imad's head going down over there. He knew he was in trouble at that moment, and that effectively was the moment that Northeast United FC's charge for the top four came to an end. And there you go, you can see the disappointment. But well, that's how it works sometimes. And now let's finally take a look at the leaderboard and see the impact that this match has made.
Mumbai City FC and FC Goa tied for points right now, though still Mumbai City FC, they are the team to have played the least number of matches so far. They have a couple of matches in hand, whereas Northeast United FC now with only one match left in hand, mathematically impossible to reach that 32-point mark, so they are out of contention. For Bengaluru FC though, still 3 matches left and they're gonna need all 9 points and hope that FC Goa either lose both of their next matches or draw both of their next matches, or basically pick up less than 2 or less than 2 points in the next 2 matches, so that then goal difference can come into play, which Bengaluru FC have a healthy amount of.
Yeah, definitely. And it's that 1 point potentially that Bengaluru FC got, which, well, could turn out to be crucial. But somebody who's got all 3 points today is waiting to have a chat with us. It is V. Sharma. We're going to head in. Pankaj, big win for you. Managed to get the big result when it mattered. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. As you said, this was a crucial win for us as we were disappointed yesterday. So, these 3 points really mattered to us. And, Afnan was giving me heart attacks in his solo games. So, his game was also so intense. So,
Yeah, and now with 32 points, Northeast United FC is out of contention with respect to you guys. There's still Bengaluru FC left, and for that you need 3 more points effectively to secure your spot. So is that playing into your mind going into the next match that, hey, 1 down, 1 more to go?
yes, of course, like we need more 3 points to just confirm. I could say yes, I'm in the top four, but yes, we have an eye on Bangalore, how they're performing, and we'll watch out for
Yeah.
them.
I mean, yeah, it's a tough run of fixtures for them, tough for you as well, because next up you guys go against Mumbai City FC, and with Tikka scoring goals for fun right now. So, how confident are you going into that next match?
Last fixture we somehow defeated them, but yes, I'm pretty confident after this win that we could give them a tough fight. And the most dangerous team, ATK, is waiting for us, as we lost to them last time.
Yeah, they can be quite an enigma, I think, definitely. But congratulations on the win today, Avi Sharma, and going into the rest of the matches, I'm sure this will help boost your morale and momentum, and we're looking forward to that.
Sure, thank you.
There you go, the most dangerous team, ATKMB. And it's true, actually, they're one of the few teams that's actually beaten FC Goa. And you wouldn't know it based on their display today against Mumbai City FC. But, well, that's what happens. That's the kind of entertainment you get from that team. But speaking of entertainment, Terra Virtua, who is our digital collectible partner, of course, is an entertainment-based metaverse platform where you can, if you're into the Hero ISL, the eISL, you can get your favorite NFT team posters, team player trading cards, moments, all that kind of fun stuff. Just head over to terravirtua.io/ISL and check it out.
Chance for you to collect your favorite Hero ISL moments, most certainly bringing you closer to the event itself. But talking about the event, a big thank you to everyone who made it possible for the eISL to happen. Of course, I'm talking about our sponsors, eISL, powered by Coca-Cola, with Hero as our associate sponsor, Nordwind Gaming as our esports partner, PlayStation as our platform partner, and Terra Virtua as our digital collectibles partner. with that, Azim, it is the end of the day and the end of this fixture right here. It is going to be extremely interesting getting to witness the rest of this league stage fold out. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon. You're not going to want to miss a single second of the action unfolding in the next few weeks, because boy, is it going to get intense. But for today, that's all it is. We'll see you next time.